A few months ago, I started a brand new challenge in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's been quite some time since I have updated you all, so I thought I'd share a ton of changes I've made to my new island. We have 5 new villagers to meet, tons of new areas to design, and a lot to catch up on. If you didn't already know, this island is following the back to basics rules. During this challenge, I am not allowed to terraform, time travel, or villager hunt. To make it even harder, I'm only allowed to decorate the exterior of my island with DIY items we find throughout our playthrough. We have a lot to get to today, but let's start with sharing my updated home. Hello everyone, I know it has been quite some time since you have last seen me play this game. I didn't really play all of August because I was working on another project, so if you haven't seen that yet, please go check it out. But I wanted to start this video with showing off my new home. Oh, come on. Alright, Maddie's gonna hang out here. Wow, dude, I hate. You ever have this happen when you're trying to do something and then you get interrupted by a neighbor? It's alright, we're doing a tour, so it's okay that she's here for this. Alright, so I don't remember what my house looked like last time in June, but I don't think it was this large, and I don't think I had it this decorated. But yeah, we have I think the same kind of theme going on with the green here, but we have this little centerpiece table. We have a little kind of hangout music area with books over here. This is kind of the kitchen area that's a mess. As you can see, we now have a back room back here. So I kind of like this room. Let's go check it out. So this is the bathroom. I tried going with a completely different vibe in this room. I like kind of my rooms to be themed by like colors, so you kind of like know exactly where you're at, or at least it kind of like sticks with you memory wise. Like my living room area is all green and this is all blue. And I kind of like, I remember buying all of these things in earlier episodes. Maybe it was off recording, but the wallpaper and the flooring and all the accent wallpaper and stuff like this. So I remember getting it all and being excited for when this bathroom was going to be completed. But here's what it looks like. It's nothing too fancy yet, and I don't have everything I need for it, but I like the color blue. It's my favorite color, so I really like this room, even though it's just a bathroom, if that's silly. But let's go check on Maddie. What's she up to? It's all fun and games till somebody goes home. I hate saying goodbye, but I should head out. All right. Okay, see ya. Good time hanging out, Maddie. Let's go meet all 5 of our new neighbors that we have on the island now. So we're just gonna kind of hop from house to house here to show off everyone who's new on the island. Well, what if they're not home? Then what do I do? Uh-oh. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll see them while we're walking around. So anyways, we have Lobo. So here's a picture of Lobo if you don't know what he looks like, if you're not familiar with him. But yeah, this is Lobo's house. He's a close neighbor of mine. My house is right over there. Again, I don't want to spoil anything on the island since we're just doing like villager tours right now of who's new here. But yeah, here's what his house looks like. Here's someone new I don't think any of you have met. This is Tipper. Tipper is a snooty cow villager, and I'm excited actually to have Tipper on the island just because there's only a couple of cows that I really like, and Tipper is one of them. Oh, and here's Lobo singing right now. Let's say hi to him. Probably gonna, yeah, he's gonna be mad at me. This is how I feel to all of you right now who are watching this that I haven't uploaded in a while. I haven't been avoiding you, I promise. I've just been busy. So Lobo's a cranky villager, so we have a cranky and a snooty. I like to have a variety of personalities on my island. Now, the person in this house is someone a lot of you are probably going to be really hyped on. Some of you may not be hyped on it. And if you're like me, I fall right in the middle. I think they're adorable. I don't know why the internet is obsessed with this villager, but here we go. Everybody say hi to Anka. Oh, and she's building right now. This is perfect because hopefully we have new fall DIYs happening. So this is Anka. I was very excited to get a cat villager. I kind of always want to have a cat villager on my island because I have a cat in real life. And the more cats I have on my island, the happier I am. So where have you been for the last 1 month? All right, don't get mad at me. All right, I've been trying my hardest. I still have updated the island a little bit. I've heard about you from the others a few times, but you and I not speaking, surely it's just a case of bad timing and coincidence. Sorry, Anka. All right, what are you making? I want to see. Ironwood low table. Wait, do I have that? I might need it. This is a great one to get. Oh, I'm excited about that. Thank you for the Ironwood low table. What a good one to get. Anka's a W. We like Anka. All right, so if you're not familiar with the rules of this challenge, you're actually not allowed to say no to villagers when they kind of want to move in. Like the people who move in are who you're stuck with, and I've gotten really lucky with who I've had so far, and this villager in here was one of the villagers who I was surprisingly, like, one of who I wouldn't have really picked to be on my island if I were given the option, but I've kind of grown to like. So let's go see who it is. This is Bonbon. As you can see, I've kind of given her some clothes already and stuff because I really like her yellow hair and her entire vibe is yellow, so I give her all the yellow things. So we already have another peppy villager on the island who you saw earlier, Maddie, but kind of allow up to 2 of the same personalities on my island. If there's any more, then it just the text feels repetitive, but she has a kind of a different eye style that you don't really see with any of the other villagers. So this is Bonbon, and with that, we have one more villager for all of you to meet. I lied. We have 2 new villagers for you all to meet. Everyone, meet my smug villager. This is Lionel, and he was the one who moved in during my campsite building. I may have recorded this moment when it actually happened and when I ran into him and stuff, but I never made a video on it just because I got distracted with other projects. But this is Lionel, my smug villager. I totally overshadowed showing him off, so here he is though, and he has a flea on him right now. So another one of those villagers who I kind of like wouldn't have picked to be on my island if I had the option to, but I've grown to like them. So this challenge is kind of forcing me to find new villagers that I actually have grown to like. So with that, you get a bonus villager. I thought it was 5 villagers. It's actually, I guess this would be 6, right? The reason it's 6 villagers is that our sporty villager, Bud, asked to move out not too long ago, and I let him go. But with that, we have this new villager, which if you're familiar with who I like as villagers, you may recognize his house, but he actually arrived at a campsite and I had to take him immediately. Let's go find him. Hello, where are you, villager? It's Rold, everyone. This is one of my favorite villagers in the game. It's been a while. Did you go back to the mainland? I guess you could say that. So Rold has to be one of my favorite villagers. He's been on my main island for so long. Just blue penguins are my favorite animal in real life. They're called fairy penguins, or like little blue penguins. And yeah, Rold's just big, buggy eyes just are incredible. Although he doesn't want to, he's a little camera shy right now, so he's just looking at the char. Yeah, this is Rold, and I'm so happy to have him on my island. He replaced Bud as our sporty villager, but you know what? I couldn't say no. And with that, we have shown off all the new villagers. So you kind of, we showed off like 1 villager per episode, and in this one you get, I guess, 6. Yeah, I hope you liked seeing all of them. And with that, let's go on a little tour of the island to show you everything that's new. So like it was mentioned earlier in this video, we are not allowed to terraform in this island. So with that being said, here is a picture of my old map when we first started, and here is a picture of the new map. So as you can see, the rivers, the cliffs, and everything hasn't changed, but we have new homes, we have a ton of new paths laid out, and I have some things in mind of what I'm gonna put in and around all of these paths and stuff. So let's just start at my house. So you're gonna see a lot of flowers just kind of around this little tour as we walk around showing off the paths and stuff, but this is my house right now. It is currently holding captive to all of my gyroid variations that I have, as well as flower hybrids that I've gotten while just wandering around the island. I put my rare flowers here in case I have a plan to put them out somewhere else, but nothing really here right now. And that's kind of going to be a lot of the theme while we walk around showing off the paths and stuff. Is I don't have too much decorated, but I laid out everything since the last video of just kind of like where I want villagers and myself to be walking around. So if we follow the path down, we have more flowers planted for hybrids. And while I talk about this, all of this is subject to change. I kind of have the villagers' homes where I want them, but like the flowers are just kind of here just in case I need different types of flowers and stuff. And I am planning something later in the video of that will better suit a place for flowers to live. So let's just continue with the video. This is where Lobo's house was, as you saw earlier, kind of close to mine. As you walk down, we kind of have a little park-ish area, just like a little bench for villagers to hang out at. And the path here leads to both Cherry and Anka's house. Both kind of have a mirrored decoration here. The flowers are getting a little out of hand, and I have a lot of decoration to do outside of both of their homes. I was waiting to get the hedge fence before I started doing any more fencing, which is kind of why everything looks so bare and empty. But I actually got the recipe not too long ago from Leaf, and I'm ready to kind of get started on placing those and stuff. So we kind of have an orchard, which I don't like where this is at right now, just being right near my airport, but I didn't have anywhere else to put the trees while I was kind of placing paths. So this is where our orchard is of all the different fruits. I'm still missing a few. The pathing continues, and we have a nice entrance here to our resident service building, which actually, I haven't shown this off yet. This is the Larkspur flag that I made, and I'm not really good at pixel art, and this is kind of how it translated, because you designed with pixels, and this was based off of a image of a Larkspur flower that I found online. And I don't know, I've never really been good at designing stuff like this, so I was proud of it. You know what? I know it may look like Demogorgon from Stranger Things that's a little bit more colorful, but I really like it, okay? Continuing down, we have Bonbon's house here, a little bit more decorated. I was kind of playing around with having stone fences, as you can see. Right next door neighbors to, what's your name again? Dina, gosh. She has a little place looking out onto the beach here. I know you can't really see it, but you know, you can imagine, play pretend that she's looking off into the beach right over here. Planning on having fences to kind of block off the beach area and have like sharp turns going into transitioning to walk on the beach, you know. Following the path up, we have a very blank canvas here. You know, just following the theme of my blank canvas all around the island right now. I'm trying to decorate a little plaza area that kind of welds the resident service building and the museum together. I haven't really had a brain blast moment yet. That is okay. I'm usually better at coming up with ideas when I'm not playing the game, and then I am eager to hop on and do those decorations. So we have a little stone bridge crossing over here into Lionel's home, and this is kind of where my pathing ends, because I need to make custom pathing, actually, because I want this to transition into a more dirt path, I think, for this area over here, which I haven't had the time to do myself. I think I'm going to have a little separation once you kind of leave the plaza area where the resident service building is. Once you cross over any bridges, it kind of becomes a little bit more dusty. It just kind of like rugged. I don't know. I've always liked having the dirt paths on islands. I know it's kind of like basic, but I like it. That's pretty much it for this first area, but as we cross the bridge to the left here, we have this dirt path. This is kind of just a little like meld between having an official path, like the stone path here, and then I kind of like the sounds that your feet make on the paths provided by Nintendo, so I kind of wanted to keep them in. But yeah, this leads right over to Nook's Cranny, and if you continue and follow that, it leads up to the Able sisters. So we kind of have like two little storefronts right by the beach here. I kind of want this place to be the more populated beach area, so once I get more items, I can decorate it better and have like kind of this area be a little bit more populated with people walking around than my current setup that we have over there. So later on in the video, I think I'm planning to make a little farm area next to Nook's Cranny, where we'll have kind of a mix of a flower farm and then also like a produce farm. Just to kind of, you know, we'll pretend that Timmy and Tommy are the ones who are taking care of this farm here. So I'm going to use this area, clean up some trees, and yeah, we'll actually have our first real project to start in this video. So let's continue with the tour though. And then as you follow this path up, you can either cross the bridge back over to my house and my area over here, or if you continue up, this is where Tipper's house is. I haven't really had a good brainstorm session of how to decorate her house, other than I have this fencing down here and I gave her this space, but she's always out walking over to the resident service building, so maybe we'll just kind of keep it light for her front, but I really like it. So following this path up here, we kind of have our first little incline we made that leads right into a wooden rope bridge. But if you follow this to the left, we have our campsite over here, which again, I can't remember if I shared this already in a video. I may have shown where I was building this, but we started decorating a little bit. You know, I have plans to have another dirt path down here that leads to another incline that will hopefully wrap around this waterfall we have. But obviously this will continue out over here to a incline, hopefully around this area, and in what is probably my most quote-unquote decorated area. This is where my secret beach is, where Red sells his fake art. I don't know, we have this like rusty fence here. It's just like it doesn't look nice, but it's still like lit up and stuff. We have the well hidden back here. I think it looks nice. And the tour ends right here where Drago's house is. Again, we haven't really touched up his place in a while. We have weeds growing everywhere. This is where I started to plant some bamboo that I got, and I still have a ton that I need to plant, but I'm probably going to keep his house all themed with bamboo and stuff, just because he's a dragon. I don't know. I feel like his style really matches all the bamboo recipes and stuff, so eventually we'll tackle this, but obviously we have some other projects we want to get to first. Now, I know that was a little bit of a lengthy tour, so we're going to take a little break. We're going to head into the museum here and get some coffee, and then we'll go on a Kapp'n ride and start doing a little bit of dailies and stuff. So let's take a break and go into Brewster, shall we? I can't actually walk in here yet. So not a huge update, but I felt like it was worth sharing that we did unlock Brewsters here. Now, I haven't done a lot with Brewster just yet. I think I visited maybe like 5 times or so, if that. But his items are pretty cool, and I like coffee myself, so I try to stop by here when I do play. I need to get this mug in real life. This mug exists now, and it's sold at Nintendo events, and I really want it. I will drink it. Thanks, Brewster. All right, so since we have last played, I have also unlocked Kapp'n. So Kapp'n can take you on very special islands, and it's good for me with this challenge because I get the chance to get a new DIY item, which can help decorate the outside of this island. You know, with the goal of getting to 5 stars, we need all the items we can get. So let's talk to Kapp'n and head to this mysterious island. All right, and actually, you know what? This is great. I usually complain about getting the food islands, but we kind of need the pumpkins. We're about to start making a farm today, right after this, so we might as well pick up some pumpkins. Now, I'm pretty sure with these islands, whenever you get the food ones or the ones that you can make recipes with, they always give you a bottle here, but it always has a normal recipe in it instead of like a furniture recipe. So I was right. And it's from, I don't know if you caught that, but it is from ketchup. They're giving us a margarita pizza. That's so funny. The tomato duck gave us a margarita pizza recipe. That's great. So since I want to decorate my farm area just a little bit smaller than normal, I'm not going to take too many pumpkins. I think 4 will be fine. And I know there's multiple colors too, so I want to leave room for them. So I'm not going to actually take anything else here on this island for now. If I was playing off recording, I'd probably, you know, like take all of the stone and stuff from these rocks. But we have a job to do in this video, and I want to go get started on it. Let's swim on back. All right, so I'm planning for most of these trees to be knocked out. We'll probably keep in a couple of them, but since we have this whole area here to be putting dirt down and then also planting all of our produce, I think it's best we get rid of some of these trees. So let's start with that. All right, let's first start with making an axe. There we go. All right. All the trees have been cut down. Let's clean this up a little bit more. All right, so now that we have a clean slate here, I was kind of thinking about, I know I'm going to want fences around the area that match the fences down here for the produce and stuff, but before we lay out any fences, I am going to lay out the dark dirt path. So I've always liked having the fences down on top of the paths just because, I don't know, I think it all melds. Melds, is that a word? I think it all blends together nicely. So let's lay out some of this, and I'm thinking I'm going to separate this big farming area with some pathing so that we have some good separation between the produce side of everything and the flower side of everything. We're going to actually be filling up more spots than I thought with different types of starts for like pumpkins and tomatoes and such like that. Now I don't have everything that we need for this, but it's good knowing that we're going to have options. All right, so we're going to add a little dirt path back here. We're going to pretend that Nook's Cranny has a little back door to their building, and they actually exit and enter it to get some of the produce. I know they don't actually sell anything here that's probably produce related, but, you know, let's pretend, you know, we're pretending here. So with that in mind, we may have to adjust some stuff, but let's see how this looks with the fencing. And then we want to shield it off from people walking on the little path here to the right. I think this looks pretty nice. All right, so I'm planting some stuff now. We have the pumpkins in a row. We have the seed potatoes in a row. I only have room for 4 to keep it even, but this was kind of my idea of just having it right next to Nook's Cranny, as if they were the ones who had to go through and kind of pick everything out. Now, I think all that's left are the ripe wheat plants that I already have, and then as well as tomatoes, so we might have to extend this back one. And you know what? I think extending it back one made it look even better because now the silo on the left looks a little better, and we have a little end to this fencing area now, so it doesn't just kind of go right into the silo like we had it previously. So let's plant our wheats back down here. But yeah, this was kind of the rough sketch in my head, I guess, of how I wanted this to look. You know, I want it to be implied that they exit from back here and grab what they need, and then they can sell it at their little shop, you know? And I think kind of them having this little bucket out here on the left just looks nice next to the farm area. And I think there are more items that we can get down the line that will make this look even better, but, you know, we could always just wall it off with some trees and stuff. All right, and with that, I think this area looks pretty nice. I think it turned out pretty cool. I think these fences match the side of Nook's Cranny a lot. And I just kind of like the idea of them having a little farm back here, you know, where they exit and grab what they need and bring it inside for people. But that just leaves the flower farm, and I'm thinking a similar kind of design, but being next to the Able sisters. I was thinking we could have this path kind of continue up here, and then they have another area here where they can grab their flowers. All right, and I think with that, it's a great place to wrap up. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, leave a comment, and let me know who your favorite new villager was, or your favorite new part of the island, and what you think of this farming area. I hope to be back sooner than later for the next upload, and I'm excited to see how the flower garden turns out and stuff like that. And yeah, feel free to leave any tips or suggestions for what you think would be really cool on this island. So I will see you all in the next part. Later.